Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie, and if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're not, thanks for coming back and spending your valuable time with me. Today, we are just going to chat about something that happened a couple of days ago. So the last several months, I don't know if you felt it or it's just me, but a lot of what I've been talking about seems to be pretty negative or hopefully in a positive spin. But just, we've been in a funk or, self-care struggles or various other things. And there's been a bunch of things, there's been a bunch of things that have kind of inflated me, brought me up again, and one of those things happened the other day. So we didn't have a pediatrician for Darrion for quite some time. A lot of it was just where we live, and then just trying to find people or doctors, who are still taking patients was difficult. And so when we finally did find one, oddly enough on Facebook, that he was taking patients, we kind of jumped at it for all three of our children. And so we've only seen him twice, once last year in February and this year, February, a couple of days ago. And what I was really excited about was the first one was when I was starting my Sunrise program. So for those of you who are new to my channel, we live in a rural place in Alberta, Canada, and unfortunately there's not a lot of services available to us for our son's autism. He's 11. And so what we've landed upon is a program called the Sunrise program because it's a home-based therapy, that fits our schedule, our time, doesn't rely on anybody else to come and take care of him or look after him. And sometimes that's very daunting that it's all up to me, but at the same time it's really nice sometimes because I'm not having that push-pull that you can have with other therapists involved. And so it was really happened because of our need and our necessity. So the issue with this program, or the issue, that's the wrong way of saying it, the great thing about this program is that it really gives you the ability to go, I can affect change and I can teach my child how to do these various things and help him have a better life walking forward, or living forward, or something like that. Anyway, so I was really excited when we first saw him because I was really just had started the program and we were already seeing a lot of positive forward momentum. It was really exciting. And so when I first saw him, this doctor with Darrion, we were only there for about a half hour, and I had just said, well, this is what I'm doing, I'm homeschooling, and this is the therapy program that we're using. And he was like, oh, okay. And I don't think he has any real other than me mentioning it, I don't know that he actually has any other influences or whatever which that would affect what he thought of the Sunrise program or didn't, or if he has any knowledge after I shared. Did he look it up? Maybe, maybe not. So fast forward a year to a couple of days ago when we saw him for another half hour with our entire family. He did checkups on all of the kids. And then because Darrion was ready to go, I had taken the girls and Darrion out to the waiting room because they're stuffed into this small teeny tiny room, and my husband and the doctor finished the conversation. And what I'm really excited to share about, because this is one of those things that buoyed my energy level, my motivation, and all of that kind of stuff, is he looked at Colin and said he has 16, 17-year-old children with autism come into his office and look like Darrion did a year ago. And he goes, we don't see a lot of change and momentum forward and stuff like that. He said this time, he goes, by the time Darrion's 16 or 17, I would not be surprised to actually be able to have a conversation with Darrion. it's funny because it's one of those things where, he's looking into his crystal ball, if you will. But at the same time, he has no frame of reference, as far as I am aware, that would give him that information, except for the difference he saw in Darrion from last year to this year. Darrion tried on the blood pressure cuff. He wiggled around too much for it to work, but this is the first time he ever allowed it to happen. He held the light up to his ear so that the doctor could look in his ear, opened his mouth so the doctor could look in his mouth. Like, all of the things that he didn't do last time, he did this time. And I'm so thankful and grateful and so very, very, very excited about the change. And then he said one more thing, which I thought was really, really awesome, was that he goes, the changes that Darrion has made, he does not think that by the time he becomes an adult that he will need any special help to live his life. Again, a little bit of crystal ball looking, but at the same time, super encouraging from a person who doesn't necessarily have the view of Sunrise program and what that all entails. If you folks are Sunrise program people, you understand what I'm talking about. This is somebody who just goes, he's made such a huge change in the year. He's seen him for a total of an hour, and he saw such great difference in Darrion. So that's kind of my big praise item, my huge, when we're struggling and we're like 1 foot at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 month at a time, and we're just like slogging through each hour. It can be really, really frustrating and really I know why I'm doing this. That the reason for being or the reason for doing this never disappears, but it can feel really heavy and exhausting at times. But at the same time, when people see such a difference, you're like, yes, it's working, because we don't always see it. We don't see the day-to-day changes. We'll see something big, and then the next day something negative will happen. We're like, oh. So I just wanted to share that for you. It's my excitement and my joy, but I hope you take encouragement from that. So the other thing I want to do, because I did say I was going to show you a couple more games, I'm just going to show you one game because I talked for a bit before this. But one of the things that Darrion has been working on is greetings. On the developmental model, so if you're new, the Sunrise program has a developmental model that you work on 4 main areas to teach your kids to be social, relational people, because that's the core of the program, is that the behaviors will disappear as their social, relational skills improve. So one of the things that we've been working on with Darrion is his greetings, saying hi, goodbye, good morning, all of those kind of things. And to a certain degree, I think a lot of it has to do with his flexibility. So with autism, kids can be very rigid because life seems so crazy to them. And so the things that they can control, they absolutely cling to. And so with the highs and goodbyes, his entire life, we've been saying it, or school people have been saying it, or various other things. He's had a very negative experience with saying greetings and saying hi. And so what I've been struggling with is that I know he can, and I know that there are times where he does without any huge issue, or he goes, I've done my 3 and now I'm done. But at the same time, I'm like, I would like to work on that so it's consistent and that he doesn't feel the need that it becomes something that he fights against because it's a control thing. So what I did was I made a game. Now this one I cannot take any credit for. This is in Kate Wild's Language Launcher book, where she specifically shares some games for each individual goal. And this is one of the ones that she shared. So what I did was I got a pretty heavy duty box This was from Costco, and it had like 3 or 4 really heavy soaps. Sorry, this is going to drive me crazy. Really heavy soaps. So it's a really heavy duty box. And what she suggested was turning it into a door. And so that's what I've done. So what we would do, and this is probably going to drive everyone crazy. Sorry. I put a doorknob on it, or a doorbell, because I thought it would be cute and fun, and I had it lying around. But the point of this is to make Darrion really excited about answering the door and having people come in and him responding. And so I haven't used it yet. I just finished building it. But yeah, I reinforced everything, painted a door on it, and then added a door knob. And so the point is that what you're going to do is you're going to knock on it with a puppet on your hand. And I don't have a puppet because I forgot to grab one. Sorry. But you're going to knock on the door, and he's going to open the doorknob and push it open, and the puppet is going to be there. So with us, for the first little bit, to make it exciting and start the process, for the first part of it, it's going to be usually his Rex. So he has a dinosaur with a tongue, and yeah, it's funny. And we have the shark puppet, and he loves it when those puppets eat him up and stuff like that. So the entertaining part of this game is just going to be the knocking and the opening of the door, and then the eating up. And then as he's engaged and the green light continues, and if you don't know what green light is, I'll refer you to another video down below about the Sunrise program. But all of these things, if he continues to give us a strong, I'm ready to learn and listen, then it's going to be one of those things where you can say, okay, goodbye. And if he doesn't say goodbye, you could be like, wait, hey, you didn't say goodbye. Or if he's really fighting me on the word goodbye, I'm going to put that down because it's really loud. If he's fighting me on that noise or the saying the word goodbye, then I change it to good afternoon or good evening or see you soon or whatever, and whatever works that way. And as he gets more used to the game, it's going to evolve from there to be like, he'll open the door and go, hi, and maybe we can have a conversation where, oh, do you want me to eat you today? Those types of things, to make it a fun experience instead of one of those, oh, somebody has come into my house and I need to say hi, or they're leaving, oh, I have to say goodbye. Because right now he's gone to the point where he's like, nope. And he does it with his aides, he does it with guests, he does it with pretty much everybody. And then randomly he will do it. So it just kind of depends. But I wanted to share that game, share the fun thing that we had happen the other day. And yeah, I'm hoping that this is encouraging to you, that you like the game, and it's something that you guys could do in your Sunrise playrooms. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, thanks for spending time with me. Talk to you later.